Saturday, May 24th, 12:30 in the afternoon, and we're finally loaded up and ready to go. Elena's walking Charlie, and then once she gets back, she took him around the block, we're going to head out. It's about 95 degrees today in Sacramento. We're heading to Shingletown, east of Redding, on the way to Lassen National Park. There's a KOA there, and the weather report said 85 for the high there today. We had the house painted last week. 12 years old the paint was. It needed it bad. Well, we got it done, and it turned out pretty nice. So here comes Elena. Elena's telling me to move on with it. So it wouldn't be the start of a vacation without her telling me to dump the camera and get in the car and let's go. So off we go. Well, it's 2:25. We're here, I think, in Williams. Can't remember where the hell we're at. We've driven about 100 miles north of Sacramento. We're about 2/3 of the way to the campground. We stopped off at McDonald's. Elena's inside picking up some late lunch for us. Still pretty hot, definitely 90 degrees or higher. Traffic is light. There's a breeze blowing, which is helping keep things comfortable. And other than that, we're very uneventful. So we should be at the campground hopefully before 5 o'clock. Between 4:30 and 5 o'clock is our hope. And then by the time we get set up and everything, we'll figure out what we'll do for dinner. And then of course tomorrow we are going to go visit Mount Lassen National Park and drive through there and see what it looks like. So that's the story from warm and sunny Northern California. We'll have more later. Well, here's our first impromptu stop. You know, Elena loves olives, especially green olives, and she wanted to pull over to this olive tasting room. So we're up here in Corning, which apparently is olive country. So we're going to stop in and sample some olives. The trailer's parked under some shade. Still hot. Well, it's 10 after 6 and we're here at the Mount Lassen Shingletown KOA. Got in here about 4:45, and it was 200 miles even, which was a few miles longer than I expected. But we got here fine. A little cooler up here than it was in the valley. It's about 85 here, and it's much more comfortable. As you could imagine, holiday weekend, the park is full. Camper cabins. The highway is out there, Highway 44. Nice little place. And here are the RV sites. And we're right in front of the office in number 8. You can see it up ahead there. I'm going to head that way now. We really had a pleasant drive. Stopped, took our time. Left house a little bit later than I would have liked, but considering how much we had to do at work and the rush job that we had to do to get everything done, it's a miracle we got out at 12:30 or whenever it was that we left. It was somewhere between 12 and 1. And there are families here, and it's dinner time. I've got the coals lit myself. I think I'll barbecue a tri-tip tonight, waiting for the coals to get hot. But you can smell in the air marshmallows, meat, chicken, all kinds of wonderful smells. Wood fire. They have fire pits here. People can buy wood and you can smell it in the air. And that's what camping is all about. So got everything set up relatively easy. Not putting out any of my regalia. We're only going to be here 2 nights. So the flags and all that stuff and the little hanging lights will stay in storage for a while. So that's it. And if I can get Elena on camera, maybe I'll try to get her and do some more filming. Now the tri-tips are almost done. We'll eat off these for several days. They make good sandwiches. And as everyone knows, when Elena and I go on vacation with the trailer, we eat lots of sandwiches. And so this will give us a little bit of variety. Beautiful evening. I'd say it's in the mid-70s right now. Barely a trace of wind. Really, really nice. Just talked to my mom via FaceTime. That's nice. We have good Wi-Fi here, so I was able to see her. She's able to see us. And hopefully that will continue in most of our other destinations. And people are just out and about, milling around, walking their dogs, being friendly. Really, really nice. So, vacation is officially underway. When Elena's on the bed reading the book, that's when you know vacation has started. And I snuck a few seconds of her doing just that. I was in the clubhouse, or in the little store over there, and they had all this stuff, you know, for s'mores, and reminded me of when Linda and Mike and her kids were all young, and we'd be camping at Silent Valley or at the beach, Newport or wherever, and they'd always have s'mores. So, fun times, memories. So, anyhow, that's enough for today. We'll have something more exciting to show tomorrow. We're going to go to Lassen, drive the loop road there, and take some hopefully nice scenic shots. But first thing I got to do is go get gas, about 3 miles to the west of here. Gas looks like it's about $4.20 a gallon here, but I burned over half a tank getting up here. Haven't calculated the mileage. It was flat all the way to Redding, and then it was uphill from Redding up here. I'd say we're between 3,000 and 4,000 feet in elevation. So anyhow, I think that'll be it for tonight. And until tomorrow, adios. Elena's playing with Charlie. She's tossing the hedgehog. I'm standing out there and I'm seeing the awning wiggling. Everything on the trailer on the outside is jiggling. I'm like, what the hell's going on in there? Now I know why. She's trying to get Charlie to burn off some energy. Obviously she doesn't know I'm filming. Sunday, May 25th, 11:30 in the morning, and we're at the entrance station to Lassen National Park. Charlie's all excited. Elena's looking out the window. So we're going to take the loop road and see where it takes us. Another beautiful day, warm. I'd say upper 70s here at the park. But we're going to be climbing significantly higher. But no need for a jacket. So we'll shoot more video once we get inside. Okay, there's Lassen Peak. We're here at the devastated area interpretive trail. So we just got out of the car. Elena's up ahead. We're going to stroll the trail. Take about 15-20 minutes. Here's a nice picture of the summit from the car, from the Kings Creek Meadow.
You don't think he got frostbite, do you?
No, Charlie didn't get frostbite. Charlie's a little traumatized from walking in the snow. And you see the meadow is kind of flooded at the moment, all marshy. So we're not going to go out there. I think our next stop now is the volcanic area with the steam and the smell. So we're going to head there next. Again, we're climbing an elevation coming up around 8,000 feet. And again, there's the summit and a nice little panoramic view, unobstructed. Very pretty. You kind of turn around on direction. I think we're facing west. You can see the road down below. I'm not sure if we've already traveled that road. Maybe we have. That must be the meadow down there. That was King's Meadow. So we've gone above that. We're looking for a place to stop to have lunch. Well, we're at the summit parking area having lunch. And we see, it looks like it might even be a woman who's skiing down the slope. I'm trying to zoom in. Hard to tell. Oh well. Hard to hold the camera still from that far away. Nice weather, a little cool surrounded by all this snow. Elena's chomping on some apples. Costco apples, pre-packaged, very nice. And there's the most snow. That's the tallest snow drift I think I've seen all winter. So I'll take some pictures outside shortly. Here we are at the summit, 8,500 feet, at least at the road. The actual mountaintop is higher. Elena and Charlie are getting out of the car, had a nice lunch.
Oh, look out!
There's the peak. Someone just skied down it. There's the drift. And that's it.
Okay, do I press
That
one?
was on the lens.
Do I only press one?
Just press once.
Alright. It's record. I see the record.
Good.
Alright, so say something, whatever. You wanted me to record you.
I'm finally on video for a change. Miracles do happen. We're enjoying the stay up here. Beautiful scenery. Elena's got a steady hand. Charlie's getting a little bit better. Getting the hang of things.
Right, Charlie?
Isn't that right, Charlie Brown? Huh?
Alright.
Yeah. So
Are we
we're
done?
good. Now we're going to go to the sulfur pits and then to the visitor center and then we'll double back. So, and there's a bee coming on Elena.
Yeah, come on!
Alright, we'll turn it off. Well, here we are at Bumpus Hill. But the trail is closed, too much snow. So, we won't get a chance to hike down into the volcanic area. So instead we'll just shoot some video of the area. Very pretty. Glad I stopped here. People having lunch, pitched a tent or an umbrella. And there it is. Well, this looks familiar. We saw a lot of this at Yellowstone. Right off the side of the road. More split pea soup. We'll cross the street here, see what's on the other side. Oh, there's more of it here. You can see some of the steam rising, mixing with the water over there. We're almost to the south entrance of the park. We're going to stop at the visitor center there and then turn around and head back towards Shingletown. Here we are at Summit Lake. Very pretty. There's a picnic ground across the way. Elena and Charlie. We're working our way now back towards the entrance that we came in on. Truck is off in the distance. Birds chirping. Very pretty. Here's the visitor center, and just a reminder, this is a volcanic, geologically active area with the seismograph. Elena's going to take Charlie, I think, into the museum. Not very crowded considering a holiday weekend. We'll go in and check it out. Well, it's 3:25 and we're at the park gate, heading on out, taking just one last shot for posterity of the volcanic peak in the background of the lake. Manzanita Lake. Real pretty here. We had an enjoyable day. Now we're going to head back to the RV and take a little rest and then figure what we're going to do for dinner. A lot of flies out. Very buggy. Okay. That's it. Well, happy Memorial Day. May 26th. We're on State Highway 44 East, heading to Lassen Park turnoff, but we're not going to go to the park. We're going to drive past it onto State Highway 89 up to Burney Falls. We left the KOA in Shingletown at 10:30, and we should get to Burney Falls right around 11:45, just in time for lunch. We'll spend an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours there, and then we'll take the remaining, I forget how many miles it is, but it's about another hour drive from there to Weed, and that's where we will stay for the night. A little bit cooler weather today. I guess a cold front's going to be coming through. Still warm enough for shirt sleeves. But at Crater Lake on Wednesday, the day that we're supposed to be there, the forecast is for snow showers with a high of 44 degrees and a low of, I think it said, 25. But it wouldn't be a vacation if we didn't get a little bit of snow somewhere. So everybody's enjoying the ride. Charlie's there, comfortable. Elena in her usual position, navigating, co-pilot. And so we'll take more video when we get to Burney Falls. Alright, we just arrived at Burney Falls and had to find a place to park. $16 entrance fee. And we're now going to head up the road to the falls. And then we'll come back and have some lunch. We'll shoot more in a minute. There's the falls. We're going at a pretty good clip. I don't think we're going to be able to take Buddy down there. What do you think? get down to the bottom. We're taking the trail down to the base of the falls, and when I did those slides of Aunt Joanne and Uncle Paul Ponzi's, this must be where they came to visit with Nana and Papa, because this looks familiar. These stones and all that. So this must be the falls that they visited. We're going to go down there and check it out. And Charlie, we've got the service animal vest on Charlie. Now it's every bit of 10 degrees cooler under the shade of these trees. Charlie's pulling Elena down the ramp here. We're almost to the bottom. You can feel the mist coming off the falls. Okay, we came about 3/4 of the way down with the dog. We're not going to go all the way down to the rocks. Rocks are down there, and there's somebody in scuba gear in the water there, diving for I don't know what. Very pretty. You can see water seeping through that cliff. Very pretty and perfect temperature, about 60 degrees with a slight mist. Let me turn around and catch Elena and Charlie. There they are, enjoying themselves. Of course, we have to hike back up the hill now. Elena conveniently doesn't have her hearing aid on, which is good. It's too distracting, the noise of the fall.
It's recording.
Not working?
I'm recording the fall. And you. Yes, I see you. You're in the middle of it all.
Very pretty.
Huh? Okay.
Well, it's 5 minutes to 1, and we're going to have some lunch now. It sure got hot. It's up into the 80s again. It's heating up fast. We came down in elevation. I think we're around 3,000 feet in elevation right now. And so we're tucked on the side of the road here at Burney Falls State Park. Went and saw the falls, took some video, took some pictures. And now Elena's inside fixing lunch. And I think we're going to have roll-ups, little, don't know how to describe it. Not sandwiches, but kind of like the things you buy at Costco. Those little high roller things are all wrapped up like in a tortilla with like a horseradish sauce. So we're going to have that. And then we'll hit the road hopefully around 1:30. I think Weed is about 65 to 70 miles from here. Probably another hour and a half. We'll probably drive straight through. So we should get there hopefully around 3-ish. Park is busy, busier than when we got here a couple hours ago. Parking lots are full now. So we got in here just in time. And then we'll head out. Weather is pleasant for driving. Hardly any traffic on the road, at least in our direction. A lot of people headed the opposite direction, especially RVs. No better feeling when you're on a camping trip on a holiday weekend, on a Sunday or on a Monday of a holiday, and you see everybody packing up to go home, and you still have 3 weeks to go. That's a nice feeling when you know you don't have to go home with everybody else. All right. We'll shoot. We're heading west on Highway 89, and a nice little vista shot of Mount Shasta there in the foreground. We probably are going to be going right around the side of the mountain on the way to Interstate 5. Greetings from the Trailer Lane RV Park in Weed, California. And Elena and I pulled in here around, I want to say 2:20, and was all packed up, or all unpacked I should say, unhitched, in about 25 minutes, half an hour. We have a mostly shaded spot. You could see the trailer in the background. And Elena's inside reading her book and resting, probably taking a little nap. I just came back from the Pilot Flying J to get some gas and a cool drink. And now we're just going to lounge away the rest of the Memorial Day afternoon and evening. And then tomorrow we'll head out for Crater Lake area via US Highway 97, which junctions right here, just a mile down the road. So we'll go up through Klamath Falls to a place called Diamond Lake. Campground is okay. I mean, it looked a little prettier on the website, but it will do for $26 a night. Has all the amenities, full hookups, cable TV, Wi-Fi. So I'm not going to complain too loudly. Very sparsely attended. This motorhome just pulled in about 20 minutes ago. I don't know how many others they have coming in. The few other trailers that are here appear to be long-term tenants or monthly, residents. Passed an overturned big rig on the on-ramp to 5 North in downtown Weed. How the truck flipped over, I have no idea. It was in an odd spot to be flipped over because it was right on the on-ramp, but it was going in the opposite direction to the on-ramp. Unless it spun out and flipped over, I have no idea. Anyhow, aside from that, weather remains warm, sunny, I'd say 80 degrees. Got the air on in the trailer, but we really don't need it. Probably going to open the windows soon. It will cool off shortly. And other than that, nothing much to report. We had a good time at Burney Falls. It was a nice little side trip, and the road was beautiful. Highway 89 from there to here was quite nice. The area here, not too much to write home about. A little rural road. The freeway sound is off in the distance. Off through those bushes and trees is the Weed Golf Club. So pretty rustic, nestled amongst the pines. I got a couple of still shots of Mount Shasta from the truck stop where I had an unobstructed view. So that's it. Don't know if we'll film anything more tonight. And if not, then we'll be back at it again tomorrow. Good morning, Tuesday, May 27th, about 10:45 in the morning, and we're about 20 miles north of Weed on US Highway 97, and we're heading up to Diamond Lake, which is about 20 miles north of Crater Lake National Park. Had an uneventful evening last night. Wi-Fi went down at the campground, so I'll try to upload my video from yesterday sometime this evening if the Wi-Fi at Diamond Lake is reliable. After dinner, Elena did some work on the computer, office work, and I went out and dusted off the trailer and the truck, took some dust and some bugs off of them, keeping things looking relatively clean. So, a little cooler today. It was a little chilly last night. In fact, I left a vent open, woke up pretty cold, had to put the heater on just to kind of warm things up a little bit. And it's supposed to be a lot cooler at Crater Lake. I had said earlier that there was a chance of snow flurries or snow showers. That looks to have changed. Now there's just a chance of thunder showers. but it's still going to be cold. I think the high is projected around 50 degrees, and the low is going to be in the upper 20s. So we'll see. Beautiful country up here. You'd never know that this was California. And so unpopulated, you know. It's really like a totally different world up here. But we're enjoying it. Elena's in her usual position, shielding herself from the sun. Always the morning sun seems to shine on her. She tries to keep her skin out of the sun. And Charlie's asleep. I'm not going to film him. So we'll stop for lunch somewhere along the way, not exactly sure where. Maybe somewhere shortly after we cross the state line into Oregon. Well, here we are at the Collier State Park. Logging Museum is across the street. We stopped here for lunch, just off of US 97. We've got about 35 miles to go to the Crater Lake turnoff. We've driven a little over 100 miles. It's about 12:15. I think I may have already said that. So it's time for a lunch stop. Elena's got Charlie out here somewhere. Nice place. I think we're going to picnic under one of those benches. Oh, there's Elena way out there. She's got Charlie taking him for a little stroll to stretch his legs. Hardly anybody here. Traffic on the road very light. Another motorhome here, probably doing the same thing we did. Maybe they walked across to the logging museum. Don't know. Weather's nice. Cooler, noticeably cooler. Probably mid-60s with a breeze. Maybe even low 60s. But as long as the sun is out, it feels good. So we'll have some lunch and then get back on the road. So here's our lunch spot right next to this river and a little rapid. A couple of people off on a boat over there. I don't know if you can see them through the trees. Elena made sandwiches. Nice little spot for a little rest area. Charlie's waiting for his, of course. Tail wagging carefully. Very pretty spot. We'll spend another half hour here. We should get to the Diamond Lake RV Park between, I'd say, 2:15 and 2:30, hopefully. One last look. Here we are at Diamond Lake, about 3:30, 3:45 in the afternoon. We got to the campground about 3 miles up the road, right at 2:15, 2:20. We're already parked and set up. We came down to the Diamond Lake Resort area. We're up that way, by the way, up farther up the coast. Just to check the place out, they got a couple of restaurants here, and maybe we'll go out to eat. Elena's in one of the restaurants checking it out. I walked out on this little boardwalk here, or a little pier with all the rental boats, and I got Charlie with me. And Charlie's a little nervous. He's trying to get his sea legs. He doesn't understand why the ground keeps moving. Anyhow, I should know the name of that volcanic mountain, and I don't. Maybe it's Mount Thielsen, I'm not sure. Crater Lake is down that way, about 10 miles. The northern route, northern entrance road is open, which is real convenient from here. So they opened it on Friday. Pan over here towards the coast, or the shore. Elena's in that building way up ahead there. She hasn't come out yet. Nice little place. It's getting cooler, and it's getting cloudier, which was in the weather forecast. Hopefully the lake won't be fogged in tomorrow. That would be a shame to go to Crater Lake and not be able to see it. But I think it'll be alright. So anyhow, we're going to head back up to the restaurant. I'll take a few still shots, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do next. So here we are at the Diamond Lake RV Park. Just came back from a relaxing drive over to the resort. Gas was a little higher than we expected, $5.69. Of course, we're out here in the middle of nowhere. But I've got plenty of gas, and we'll probably get some in the national park.
Calculating.
The national park
Drive 0.2 miles.
has a gas station. So here's the campground, pretty rustic little place, tucked away. That mountain that I said in the last clip when I was standing at the lake, I thought that was Mount Thielsen. I was wrong. That was Mount Bailey. Mount Thielsen is actually in the direction that we're driving, but you can't see it. It's obscured by all these trees. So this campground's a nice little place. People were here outside waiting for us. I had a reservation, so they knew we were coming. And they had us taken care of in no time. The main entrance is here. The park is not very full. Don't know what it was like over the holiday weekend. And we can go up this way, I'm pretty sure, to our spot. A few more people have come in, but the park is by no means full. So Elena and Charlie are with me, and they're enjoying the scene.
Jack Russell, a little gas.
Hopefully I went the right way. Maybe I didn't. We're tucked way in the back here somewhere. This kind of reminds me of the campground that we stayed at. Oh, there we are, over there. This kind of reminds me of the campground that we stayed in at Bryce Canyon City. Hopefully it won't be as cold, but it will be cold. That fifth wheel, that was there when we pulled in. So we had an enjoyable drive, really. The traffic was practically non-existent. In fact, nobody going in our direction. The only traffic there was going in the other direction. So we're looking forward to our visit in the park tomorrow, and hopefully if the weather's like this, we'll have a good day. So here we are at home for the next 2 nights, and now to look at and figure out what to eat. I think I'll take the barbecue out and put something together. Adios. So here we are back at the campground, 6:34 in the evening. Elena just fed Buddy. You could see her off there, taking him for his evening walk. Pretty calm here, getting colder. I got the camera on the tripod, and I've got chicken on the grill barbecuing. They're about half done. And then here's our campsite. Not a very level space. I had to extend my tongue jack the full length. Probably should have put a few more blocks underneath it. But we're level. Here's some more 360 of the campground. I ended up going back to that gas station and got gas after all. It wasn't $5.69, that was for premium. I only paid $5. I took 20 gallons and it cost me $100. So I've paid that before in California, so what the hell. You can't see the lake from here, Well, in a way you can. If there's that there's shimmering in the distance, but you really can't make it out. So, again, we're looking forward to tomorrow. The gentleman at the gas station was telling me that up until 3 weeks ago, they were having to take their snowmobiles to get around. There was so much snow on the ground, but I guess it melted off quick. I asked him how much snow they normally get, and he said 6 to 9 feet in a typical year, I guess, of accumulation. And of course I didn't get that this year. And I'm lucky in a way, because we'll be able to come into the park from the north entrance, which normally doesn't open until July or June, late June. Apparently they opened it for the Memorial Weekend. So that's it. Once these chickens are done, we'll go in, have dinner. No TV reception here, and of course no cable. So maybe Elena and I will play cards. And then we'll get up and head to the park tomorrow. Alright, that's it. Good morning. It's 10:10 in the morning on the 28th of May. It's a brisk morning. We're getting ready to head into Crater Lake National Park. It did rain last night, maybe a little bit of snow, but it didn't stick. Elena said there was some white patches on the ground when she peeked out the window around 5 in the morning. The ground is wet, so we got some precipitation. I didn't hear it though. We slept soundly. So we have blue sky up above, which is good, and then we've got gray cloudy skies to the south where the park is. My fear is that we're going to climb an elevation to the lake level.
Have you seen my sunglasses?
No. We're going to climb an elevation, and the lake will be shrouded in clouds and fog, and you'll stand at the lookout and you won't see a thing. Hopefully that won't be the case. The weather is it's actually supposed to be better this morning than it is this afternoon. This afternoon they're calling for a 30% chance, actually 50% chance of rain and the occasional thunder shower. So we're leaving early, we're going to get into the park early and take our chances. So I'm sure, hopefully we'll get a good look at something. We would hate to have to come all this way and just see a fog bank. So we'll see how it pans out. That's it for now. We'll film more when we get to the park entrance. Well, here we are at the north entrance to Crater Lake. We just came up maybe 100 or 200 feet in elevation, and now you can see what little snow fell sticking to the trees. Elena is chasing after Charlie. We just took a couple of still shots in front of the sign. I had to get the tripod set up. Not a car has passed us in the 5 minutes or 10 minutes we've been here. So we're going to hop in the car now and head down to the lake, and we'll take some more shots at the north rim of the lake. Well, we just came through the ranger entrance, and the ranger told us that the visibility at the lake is 0 today, and they're not expecting it to clear up. She asked us if we were sure we wanted to come in, and I had the annual pass, so it didn't cost us anything to come in. So we'll go in, look at the fog bank, and figure out what we'll do in here, and maybe tomorrow morning, when the weather clears up, we'll come back to get some pictures. We'll see. But we'll figure out what we'll do once we get to the north rim and see just how bad the visibility really is. Alright, well, we're here at the north rim, and there's some visibility as snow flurries come down upon us. That's Wizard Island, very familiar sight. You can see the blue water off of the ledge there. And then barely off in the distance see the rest of the lake. We're going to keep driving. Watchman's Overlook, freezing our asses off. Again, not too much to see.
I'm gonna go back to the car and worry about Charlie.
Charlie's fine, Elena. Car's nice and warm. I'm thinking maybe what we're going to do is we'll drive down to the lodge, hope for some breaks in the clouds, and we'll kill some time down there.
The other side, barely.
Yeah, you can almost. It's just as these clouds go over, you know. Yeah, Wizard Island. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. We pulled off at a little side spot. We got some blue water showing. The sun came out briefly. Now you can see the beauty of the place. Spectacular. I sent Elena back to get the tripod. We're going to try to take a couple of pictures of the two of us with the lake in the background. Still snow flurries. I don't know if you can see them on the camera. I'm sure you can. Just great. And then right down there is death. So I'm on solid ground, but I'm not going to go any farther. You know, somebody already died here this winter. Fell off of a snow cliff just like that. Fell into the lake, and that was that. We're going to get rolling. Elena came. All right, now we're here at Rim Village. Elena's got Charlie out. We're going to stretch him for a little bit. Still quite a bit of snow drifted. The lake is out that way. Very few people here.
Can I go back inside so I can look for the restroom?
Yeah, I'll take him to the car.
Huh?
I'll take Charlie to the car.
Well, don't let him hang out here.
I won't.
It's uncomfortable for him. His paws are hurting.
Alright. How are his paws hurting? Little snow flurry. We're going to go to the Crater Lake Lodge. Pretty big place. I can't get the kind of picture I want because of the snow drift. Elena already went inside. We're going to go in and check it out. Sun is out for the moment. Pretty view from here, huh?
You can stand up. You want to stand up on here.
No, that's all right. And the dining room is right there. What did the menu look like? Just out of curiosity, we have lunch, but...
Yeah, might have seen anything to lit my fire.
Oh, there went an eagle. Some sort of a big bird. This looks like the Mather Point lookout.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another lookout over there, Elena. Look ahead with that domed, see that covered?
This is good.
Oh, this is good.
The dome is just going to cast everything in shadow.
No, but we could have lunch in there.
In the dome?
Yeah. Or we could, I mean, I don't know, it's noontime. So you can,
There's benches there.
so you can see we're here at the
I don't know how to get to the dome.
south end of the lake. There's probably a trail that takes us to that part.
It's going down. And I see some blockage. Yeah, why don't you stand over there, get a good picture.
Yeah.
Well, it cleared up. If you get rid of that cloud cover, you may potentially get the entire lake.
Yeah.
Hmm?
And there's the
Well, I'm
lodge
hungry.
in the background. Charlie Brown. Dog never looks at the camera. Charlie Brown. I think he's too busy looking at the scenery. Look at that blue water. You could really see how blue that water is, Elena. Just rippling. No whitecaps. There's not that much wind. Clearest water, I think, in the world. Definitely in North America. Yeah, very nice. What a difference a little blue sky makes. That little snow squall that went over us a few minutes ago now is over there. I'll break for now, and if I get a full picture, I'll take it. Well, we're having lunch now at the lodge overlook. Finally a clear, unobstructed view. Sure is pretty.
Oh, fuck. Oh, great.
What do you say, Charlie Brown? How do you like the view? How do you like the view, Charlie? Well, we're at the South Entrance Visitor Center. We went in here to find out if the East Rim Drive is open, and it's not. It's closed due to snow, which doesn't surprise me. So instead of doing the full 360 loop of the lake, we'll go back up the West Rim Drive out the north entrance. We're only 24 miles from the campground. Now the weather's quite nice. It's actually gotten better as the day's gone along. We'll stop along the lake at the viewpoints, and I'll try to take a few more pictures, maybe more picturesque ones than this morning when there was a lot of obscurity from clouds. Alright, and it's sleeting again. Squall. Views are better on the south end. It's about as far as you'll get. Elena went back to the truck. Okay, we're still making our way towards the north entrance. And another final shot of the lake from this perspective. Can hardly see with all the glare of the snow. Very bright. There you have it. Well, we're leaving Crater Lake National Park. We had a good time. albeit it was cold. But we got to see what we wanted to see. And no need to come back tomorrow. We got the full view of the lake. So, all in all, it was nice. Cannot complain. Weather could have been a little better and warmer, but I guess that's what you get for late May. So now it's back to the trailer. Alright, well, we're back here at Diamond Lake, real close to the RV park. Elena's on the shore. You can see the little dock is rocking. We're floating around out here, but I came out to take a panoramic of the lake, even though it's not the prettiest day. Someone's boat here. Obviously, very few people on the water, nobody on the water probably. There's Mount Bailey. And way at the end there is the resort, about 3 miles down. Maybe you can see it off in the distance. We'll try to zoom in on it. Yeah, that's where I videoed from yesterday. Ooh. Get dizzy looking at that. So that's it. Now I'm gonna do my balancing act routine and walk back to the shore. Elena probably thinks I'm crazy. There they are. I think Charlie's happy to be on some real grass. And I've noticed I'm calling Charlie Buddy on a couple of occasions. That's just an old habit, I guess. Try to make better note of that and try to remember to call him his proper name. Okay, we're going to head back up to the truck now. Nap time awaits. Well, good morning. It's May 29th, day 6 of our vacation. My brother's birthday today. Hope he has a good day. And maybe one day we'll have some sort of a relationship again. But anyhow, aside from that, we pulled out of the Diamond Lake RV park about quarter after, or a quarter till 11, and now we're descending Oregon Highway 138. We're going back the way we came up, headed down to US 97. We're going to take that north through Bend and up to a little town called Redmond, and Garmin says we'll be there at 1:15 this afternoon. Of course, we'll stop along the way for lunch so that we can arrive around 2 o'clock, which is our desired arrival time, and RV parks don't like you to arrive much earlier than that anyways. So we had a good time. As you can see, the weather's beautiful. It got down to 26 last night. I did stow the water hose just to be safe. Didn't want a repeat of what happened a couple of years ago at Bryce Canyon when I lost my hose and water filter due to the freeze. Charlie is resting comfortably, and as typical with dogs that travel with us, they get tired because we're on the go. They don't get to sleep all day like they normally do. So the more we go, the more docile Charlie is becoming. Elena's in the passenger seat, but I don't think I'll video her. Are you in the mood to be filmed?
No.
No? She's not in the mood to be filmed, so I'll keep the camera focused on the road. Don't know where we're going to stop for lunch. We'll see where we're going to go. Not really sure. I'm sure there'll be a rest stop along the way. Elena wants me to film Charlie begging for more attention. And he likes to do that. When he wants his belly rubbed some more, he sticks his paws out and reaches for you to say, "Give me more, give me more." Isn't that right, Charlie Brown? Yeah, he's having a good time. Alright, that's it. Didn't really get much of a shot of Mount Thielsen. Got a nice shot of Mount Bailey. Still can't see Mount Thielsen. Maybe when I get down to US 97 it will be more visible. That's it. There's Mount Thielsen through the trees, and I think the Three Sisters volcanoes to the right. And that's Diamond Lake was just on the other side, and the campground was just on the other side of Mount Thielsen there. And we've dropped a good couple thousand feet at least already. We're on Highway 97 heading north, about 70 miles south of Bend. Well, it's 12:35. We just pulled into Bend on the south end of town. And just as we said, let's look for a Walmart to stop, as I was going to the GPS to find it, we drove right past it. Right on the highway, right on the corner. So there's Walmart. Elena's inside making sandwiches. We're going to go inside and do a little bit of shopping. I got to get a new pair of hiking shoes. Beautiful day here in Bend. I'm in shirt sleeves, although it's a little bit cool. I'd say it's about low 60s. And there's an Albertsons across the street. Don't mean to turn so fast. Albertsons is right there. And I don't know if we need any more groceries. I gotta check with Elena and see what we gotta buy there. So we'll stop here, spend an hour here, and then go the remaining, I'd say 45 minutes to an hour to the KOA, where we'll be spending the evening. Good afternoon, 5 minutes to 5 here in Culver, Oregon. I just got gas at the only gas station in town, and thought I'd pull off to the side of the road here and take some shots of various volcanoes. Straight ahead there, I'm going to zoom in, is Mount Jefferson. We have a nice view of Mount Jefferson from our KOA campground. Off to the northwest, trying to find it, way out there somewhere, there it is. That's Mount Hood. That's where we're headed tomorrow, towards Portland. Try not to pan too fast. Again, Mount Jefferson. And then over to the south, I could barely see them myself with the sun glare. There. There are the Sisters volcanoes. And then, I guess way in the distance there with no top on it is Mount Bachelor. So that's the view that people have out here in Central Oregon. Very beautiful. Kind of ominous though too. But anyhow, back to Mount Jefferson, and then I'll film more when I get back to the RV park. Well, greetings from the Redmond, Central Oregon KOA, 5:25 in the evening on Thursday the 29th. And where I shot before was Mount Jefferson by the side of the road. That's again Mount Jefferson. And I've got the tripod here. Charlie is with me. Let me pan down to get to him. He's down here somewhere. He keeps moving. There he is. Little bugger. Had a time to the post because he kept moving my tripod. Anyhow, we're here at a very nice KOA, very sparsely attended, and I'm going to do a panoramic 360 of the area. Staff here are mowing the grass at the moment, and of course he's coming towards me. I didn't plan on that. 135-mile drive from Diamond Lake to here. And very uneventful drive. We had a good, pleasant time. Hit Walmart in Bend for some supplies, very much needed. It was nice to be back in civilization. It was pretty much coniferous forest, pine forest, most of the way until we got past Bend, and then it changed to this type of topography. Not so much in the way of forest. So I'm panning around. My tripod isn't very level, I can see, despite my best efforts to make it so. There's the KOA entrance, half a mile off of the highway. Can't even hear it, Highway 97. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Beautiful day today, couldn't ask for better weather, probably about 68 degrees with a breeze blowing. Staff here are friendly. They were waiting for me when I checked in. We're practically by ourselves on this side of the park. There's the Airstream up in the distance there, site number 30. The campground's on a gentle slope, so it may not look level, but it is. Elena's inside reading a book. We thought we would go out to dinner tonight, thinking that the campground was closer to Redmond, but Redmond was 16 miles away. There's not a restaurant for 10 miles from here. So I already gassed up the truck for the night. We're just going to have leftovers. We got plenty to eat inside the trailer tonight, and we'll be in Portland for the next 4 nights, so we'll have plenty of opportunity to go out to eat there. Tomorrow's drive to Portland, by the way, is only about 116 miles, which is good. I want to get there early. After all, it is a city, and they have traffic on Friday afternoon, just like other places do. There's the park staff manicuring the grounds, and there's a farm or field out in the distance. That water's been on all day. I don't know what they're watering. And Charlie's gone through the fence, getting himself all tangled up in the barbed wire fence. He's a piece of work. Anyhow, so there you have it. Very impressed with the scenery, with the mountain range, Cascades, you know, to the west. And we'll be driving through there, of course, tomorrow into Portland. Don't know what more I'll have to shoot tonight. May not have much excitement going on. They do seem to have better Wi-Fi here. I'll try to upload some video and get caught up with that, and then get some rest and get ready for the trip to Portland tomorrow. That's it for now.